Hello and welcome to Kentucky Brew Reviews. I'm Radar.
Special K, and tonight we're doing a highly requested video. We are doing the best apple whiskey ever.
The Apple Off.
According to us. So we have the 8 apple whiskeys we have all reviewed previously on the show. I will put a link to all of their reviews in the description down below. So the way we're going to do this, so it doesn't take all night, is I have all the names of the whiskeys in this bag. We're going to draw 2 at a time, and then we're going to put them elimination style versus each other. So we're going to decide which one's better out of those 2, and then the one we choose will go to the next round. And we would do that all the way through. And then we will give a little description of each whiskey before we put them head to head.
All right.
And with further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
We have to do it this way, though, because we live in Kentucky.
It's true.
And everything is done on a bracket in Kentucky.
Yeah. Most of these are made in Kentucky, except I think maybe 2 or 3 of these.
This one is Tennessee for sure.
Maybe because Brown Forman is in Kentucky.
Oh, that's right.
It says Brew and Bottle, but Brown Forman, their headquarters is here.
Lynchburg, Tennessee. There you go. It's distilled and bottled.
So let me fix it. All these are made in Kentucky, and these are not. So there, that's easier.
You better be careful. I'll bet you this is still bottled in Kentucky. I know it's Canadian.
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, there's food on that. Without further ado, let's draw one.
You draw one and then I'll draw one.
I'll go first.
I feel like that's the way it ought to be.
I'm not gonna reveal mine until you get yours.
It's the way it's gotta be.
I'm gonna hold it in my fist.
All right. We were gonna do Stillhouse with these, but we needed a even number, and Stillhouse is disgusting. So
yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it would be fair.
I got me one. I thought it was 2 because it's folded twice.
All right, let's open her up.
Yeah.
What do you got? I got
folded paper.
Oh, I got the Benchmark versus Jim.
That's a good.
Alrighty.
That's
a serious one.
That's a serious one. That'll be.
All right, put those over there to the side.
That makes me worried because I wanted those to be
final round contenders.
I wanted those to be later games.
Let's get to knock out some big names early on. All right.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to do the first round. It's Benchmark and Jim Beam. This Jim Beam is 35% alcohol by volume. It's $12 to $16, and I'm going to put it in cup number 1.
Works for me. Pour me some in cup number 1. While you're doing that,
I have cup number 2.
We're gonna have a Benchmark, old number 8 brand. This is made by the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Also 35% alcohol by volume, distilled in Frankfort, Kentucky, and it ranges from $8 to $10 a bottle. So
a little bit more expensive in the town where it's made, which is dumb.
So yeah,
cup number 1 for you.
All right. So if we decide on a tie, let's say we taste both of these, and you say you like Benchmark better, and I say Jim Beam, just throwing it out there.
My job is to convince you that I'm right and you're wrong.
Yeah, we'll talk about it and we'll decide.
That's what I'm gonna do. All right.
All right. So let's start with the Jim, number 1 here.
Okay. I was trying to give them both a smell.
Well, I guess on smell wise, now we've done these blind before.
That's close, man.
I'm gonna say
I think this is sweeter.
The Jim's more appley. Let's taste the Jim.
Definitely an apple flavor. A little hot.
A little nutty.
Very, very thin.
Yeah, a little nutty. It's a little hot. It's got a slight molassesiness to it.
See, I was thinking this would be thicker because a lot of them have been thicker because they've got so much stuff added to them to make them taste like apple.
Let's try Jim one more time.
All right.
Just to verify. Yeah, I'm still getting that nuttiness. Little molasses, apple, and not very much bourbon, if any.
Just a little bit of bourbon.
I'm gonna take me a bite of my
tiny bit hot. Really not bad though. I really did not want this to be the first one that would go against each other, because I don't want to eliminate one of these this early in the game.
Yeah, these are both one of my. If I had a choice, I mean, this is probably what I would recommend.
And that alcohol burn kind of sticks with you.
Trying the Benchmark. That's sweet. A little bit more viscous.
Definitely a little bit more oily.
I'm not getting any nuttiness or molasses in there. It's just kind of a hint of bourbon and then apple.
Yep. that's bourbony and it's appley.
It does have a slight bitterness to it, which the gin doesn't have.
Yeah.
It's the middle.
But it also lists all of the flavors that you're going to get on the bottle. Mm-hmm. It tastes like bourbon. It tastes like apple.
Nothing special there. It's not as appley as the gin is. Do you agree with me on that?
I definitely agree with you there. This tastes kind of like...
Color-wise, also Benchmark is darker.
I didn't even think... Yeah, you're right.
So now, on 3, we'll raise our glass.
Oh, this is
This way,
difficult.
this way I can't pick what you pick, or we won't know. All right, so
Let me have one more sip of each.
go for it.
I got to get to know these personally on a personal level.
I'm gonna do the same thing. It's hard. It's really hard. They're both good for apple whiskeys. They really are.
I think okay, I know which one I'm going to be picking up now.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Number 1.
I picked Benchmark. So
Okay.
all right. So let's debate.
Okay. So here's the reasoning that I have for picking the Jim Beam, right? It's sweeter. It doesn't have as much of an alcohol bite, I don't think.
You are right about that. It is sweeter, but that's why I don't like it. Mm-hmm. Too sweet.
I kind of thought you wouldn't like the sweetness of it. But think about it this way. It's got more applications. You can drink this straight, or you can mix it.
I mean, you could do that with any of these. Any of the ones that we're doing right now, that's what they're for.
Right, but the sweetness is going to complement a lot of things you mix it with.
Yeah, but it ends up being overbearing on sweetness. Like for instance, we just did Bird Dog earlier, and we mixed it with a soda. It was,
that's right.
Disgustingly sweet.
Yeah, it was super duper sweet. Well, why did you pick Benchmark?
Because it's not as sweet, and the apple is not in your face. It's there. It's definitely not subtle. I mean, you can tell there's apple flavored whiskey.
Okay, I'll definitely admit that. It's got both of the, like I said earlier, it's got both of the flavors on the bottle. It's apple and whiskey.
Yeah.
Might also be, that seems like it would also be pretty good with mixing though, because if you mix it with something sweet, it won't be overpowering.
Now we're going strictly off flavor. We're not going to put price into these for this. So,
well, I mean, they're both cheap enough that I wouldn't worry too much about getting either one.
yeah. Well, I mean, the Benchmark is cheaper, but like I said, we're not going to let that affect our price. It ends up being our personal preferences and taste, and I'm not a huge fan of the sweet stuff.
I think I am going to switch mine over to yours, over to you, just because it does say that it's apple whiskey and it tastes like apple and whiskey.
I think some of the other flavors can be off-putting, like the nut. Like if you're not a nut fan, like not a lot of people like nuts.
Yeah, that would not be great.
The nuttiness
that would not be great.
Might be overwhelming. So all right, Benchmark moves on to the next round.
Okay, I'll allow that.
On the next round.
That was a rough first round.
It was, but
that was unfortunate. I wanted those to go like much later in the show.
That's the name of the game.
I wanted that to be like second or third round.
All right, let me see this here.
I'm not gonna read this until you get yours out.
All right, see what we got.
So I have Bird Dog,
and I have Canadian Club. Oh, that's I think that one might be kind of easy.
I don't remember having Canadian Club.
It was probably out of all the apples we did, it was definitely the worst one.
I mean, realistically, the worst one we had was Stillhouse. That's why it's not even in this video.
Now, Bird Dog. Bird Dog is 40% alcohol by volume. It's distilled in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It ranges from $16 to $20 a bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Canadian Club, 35%. Again, it's like 12, 16.
35.5, isn't it? Or
no, it's just 35 flat.
Gotcha.
It's like $13, $16, something like that.
I'm going to put Bird Dog in number 1.
Okay. Here's number 1 for you.
Here's number 2.
Hey. Yep, get you some of that.
Canadian Club is, I think it was $8 for that pint, which is kind of high.
Pints tend to be a little bit higher.
Sometimes. You're going kind of frisky on that Canadian Club, huh?
I mean, it's not, what are you going to drink Canadian Club in your free time?
I mean, we're going to do other things with this. All right, so color-wise, distinctly different.
Oh yeah, Canadian whiskey tends to be a little bit lighter, a little bit sweeter.
It is.
Man, you can see the oil in this glass just sloshing around in there.
I'm assuming it's the liqueur and whiskey that's sort of separating.
I think it's the flavoring. I think it might be the flavoring and like the. I don't think it. Well, probably not the coloring, but it's definitely there's something in there, man.
In scents, they're surprisingly similar. Like surprisingly similar.
Mm-hmm.
The last round they were distinctly different. And the apple.
Canadian Club is lighter though. Like it's not as heavy apple. It's not as heavy whiskey.
It definitely has that Jolly Rancher flavor. They're both really sweet on the nose.
Yeah, this also kind of has a Jolly Rancher-y.
They both do.
Ness. Yeah, I think they kind of all have a fake apple.
I'm gonna say the Canadian Club is a slightly. It's not as strong.
Oh yeah,
as the Bird
it's definitely not as strong as the Bird Dog.
All right, let's try number 1 first, which was the Bird Dog. Very sweet, very appley.
A little bit spicy.
It's stupid sweet. You get a little whiskey up front. It's kind of papery.
Yeah.
Up front, like just a hint, but then
that paperiness a little bit. Yeah.
Then the whiskey comes in, and then the apple comes in. It's real sweet.
That is very sweet.
That's what I'm taking from it.
Yeah.
It leaves you have a strong apple flavor after it's gone from your mouth. It's still in there, kind of like after you ate a Jolly Rancher and your tongue's green kind of flavor. Go ahead and get me a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I think I need that as well. I'm going to eat one of these little star pieces. What is that, Mario? Star pieces?
Sure. And Maurice. Let's go ahead and try this Canadian Club.
Should be a little bit sweeter. On the sweeter side because it's Canadian whiskey.
I'm going to go with as sweet.
It may not be fair because these are flavored. I think that's a little bit stickier.
It's got a slight.
You feel like that's stickier?
It's got a slight bitterness to it. It doesn't have as much apple flavor, but it is as sweet. It's just not as flavorful as the Bird Dog, I think, in general.
That's like coating the inside of my mouth.
I mean, they're both grossly sweet, honestly.
Oh yeah, they're both super sweet. I think
I'm gonna go one more on the Bird Dog here, or I mean not the Bird Dog, but the Canadian Club.
Yeah, there's like a weird sweet chemicaliness in this. Not candiness, chemicaliness.
I'm gonna say I get a little bit more whiskey out of the Bird Dog.
Well, I mean it's. Well, no, I was about to say it's darker, but it says on the back of the bottle
It's
caramel color added.
I'm pretty sure most of these have some sort of artificial color added. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I think I know which one I'm gonna prefer.
On 3, raise the one you prefer. 1, 2, 3. I picked number 1. You pick number 1. That's an easy one. Bird Dog goes to the next round.
Yeah, there's some funkiness in this, man. I'm not sure I appreciate that.
Bird Dog, woo, winner. Top of the next round.
All right. Are you prepared? Have one. Enjoy. Just pick one.
I'm trying, but I'm trying not to grab 2.
Stop fumbling around in my sack. All right, I got one.
What you got?
I have Evan.
Crown.
Evan and Crown. All right.
That's going to be an interesting one.
I actually kind of like this format. We should do this more often. So this time we've got Crown. That is 35% alcohol, and the reason we have this tiny bottle is because a normal size one costs $20, and
that's actually a pint costs $20.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. The normal size one costs what? 35? Yeah, it's expensive. That's why we have a tiny little baby bottle.
We had a pint, but we also drank it all.
That's also true. That happened.
This is Evan Williams. It is also
drank it all.
35% alcohol by volume or 70 proof, bottled in Barchtown, Kentucky.
Naturally.
Obviously, it contains caramel color like majority of them do. Radar is pouring the Crown Royal Apple in glass number 1. I am pouring the Evan Williams in glass number 2.
As you do.
Now, price on this one is between $10 and $12. So this is for this amount, you get this much.
Yeah, that's very true. Doesn't say caramel color added. I'm just saying.
All right, one for
which
you.
might not mean anything because it's from Canada and I don't know how their laws run.
Color. They're very similar in color.
Oh, they're very similar. They are identical in color. I'm going to call it now. Yeah, they're identical.
They are.
Okay.
Right off the bat, in the oven,
That's way sweeter.
get molasses in the oven.
This just smells
Crown apple.
apple and alcohol.
It smells like apple and Crown Royal. Is what it smells like. Yeah, it got a hint of Crown. Again, this apple scent is a lot different than this one.
Yeah.
They are still kind of both fake, but this one, like I said, you get
This
that
is
weird
faker.
You get that more molassesy undertone. So let's try number 1 first. The
I
Crown.
don't think molasses goes with apples. That could be all right.
Sweet, but not as sweet as some of the other ones.
It's very clean for
It is much cleaner.
What it is.
It is much cleaner than some of the other ones we've had.
little apple, and then little apple aftertaste, and then you finish up with a kind of a bite.
Get my
A little bit of a bite.
palate cleanser here and try the Evan.
But I have one of these breadsticks.
Evan's one of the first ones we did on the show.
Was it? Oh yeah, you're right.
Or was it Evan or was it Jim?
I thought it was
No,
Jim Beam
It
at
was
first,
Jim.
but
This is a newer one. This one just came out.
might have been benchmark before this one.
A little hot. Evan's a little hot. Definitely.
A little bit weirdly kind of sour on the front
It's
end.
not as appley as the Crown is,
No,
which
it
is
is
from
not.
the scent you would expect it to be.
Yeah, I was thinking they would be about the same amount of fake apple.
It has a slight bitterness to it. I kind of like it. It kind of cuts through the sweetness a little bit. But
This is like acidic. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It's kind of acidic. You get that?
a little bit, yeah. I'm gonna go back to the Crown here. It's a hard one.
I think I know which one I want more.
All right, on 3.
Honestly.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we both picked Crown.
Brown.
As much as I want Evan to pass this round, if you're putting 2 next to each other, Crown is
Oh
better.
yeah, Evan is a way better deal.
Again, we're not considering price in this factor. If price is a factor, I would probably go with Evan
Oh
every
yeah,
day of the week.
100%. The reason I gotta pick Crown though is Evan's got this weird like acidiciness to it. Not a huge fan of that.
The winner, Crown, on to the next round. We're not going to draw on this one because there's only 2 left. So we have Jack Daniel's Apple and Seagram's 7 Crown Apple. Oh, it's even 7 Crown, huh?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Now, I'll talk a little bit about the Seagrams here. It is I paid $17 for this bottle. I'll put the average from Total Wine right here. It is 35.5% alcohol by volume, so you get 71 proof, a little bit higher. It is in a brown bottle.
It is, which I thought was a
and
little
it
bit
is
misleading.
Blended and bottled by 7 Crown Distilling Company in Connecticut.
All right, Jim Beam. Jack Daniel's Apple.
Brand new.
This is brand new, in fact. Yes, just came out. It's similarly priced, also 35%. This one's gonna be close.
Yeah, actually not similarly priced. This one is 20. It ranges between 18 and 22 bucks. So
Oh, okay.
A little more than this.
More expensive.
But
that's
I mean,
fair.
you're paying for the name and the bottle.
Yeah, everything. That's very similar in color.
They are similar, but I'm gonna say Jack is slightly darker.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And there's again some weird separation happening in this cup.
The scents are drastically different than all the other
Really?
ones we've reviewed tonight. It's the Seagrams there. It doesn't quite smell normal.
It definitely smells different.
Yeah.
Man, it's been forever since we've done these videos.
So this one smells. It's the Jack Daniel's is like a little bit of a weaker of an apple flavor.
Yeah.
Than some of the other
More
ones.
whiskey.
This one has it doesn't really have an apple smell. It has some kind of weird.
It's got like a weird fruity sugar smell. It smells like sugar fruit or fruit sugar.
It smells like a different kind of fake apple. I don't know. Let's try the Jack first, number 1 here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Slight bitterness to it.
Mm-hmm. Little bourbony or whiskey.
Up front. It's not as sweet as some of the other ones we've had. Slightly easier on the palate.
Yeah, it is actually pretty smooth.
It is pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I gotta try this other one. Gotta get me a palate cleanser.
Just go back and try it again real quick.
Man, I don't know, man. This Seagram's.
A little bit of alcohol on the back end there. Well, a little bit of lingering alcohol, actually. That smell is so weird.
I'm not gonna say anything about it until after you taste it. It's kind of really bitter.
Sharp too.
I don't like it.
It mellows. Excuse me. It mellows out towards the end. No, that was a little bit of cracker. It mellows out there towards the end a little bit.
I think this one.
Yeah,
I think this is an easy choice.
I gotta kind of agree with you.
Should we go ahead and 3 it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, Jack Daniel's destroys this one. It's no contest.
Yeah, it's really the beginning flavor there. It's just like, wow.
It's rough.
It's a little bit rough.
It's easily the worst one we've done tonight, I think. And it's one of the more expensive ones.
Yeah.
Time for the semifinal round. We have Jack Daniel's, Bird Dog, Benchmark, and Crown Regal Apple going in here. So we only have 2 Kentucky guys left in here.
Kentucky, that's actually pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, it was 4 and 4. Remember? So technically, it's actually right. That's fair.
I don't know. Kentucky is like known for making alcohol, though.
Same thing. We're gonna draw them randomly from the bag. I will draw mine first. Radar will draw his, and then we will find out who we're putting head to head in the semifinals. So let's reveal what we got. Radar, what do you got?
Bird Dog.
Bird Dog. I have Crown. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. So that means it'll be Crown versus Bird Dog, and then Jack Daniel's versus Benchmark.
All right, I'm down. Put these in the shot glass over here.
So you want to get rid of those two?
Yep.
For later? All right. I'm going to go ahead and put Crown in the 1 glasses, and you can put that. We've already
give me the 1 glasses. I've been using the 1 glasses this whole time.
It doesn't matter. You're confusing the people. I would put Crown in the number 2 glasses.
I'll put Bird Dog in the 1 glasses.
We already talked about both of these before, but just to recap, they're both, this one's 40%, so it's 80 proof, and this one's 35%.
And it has a cork.
Yeah. Nice bottle. But Crown is actually more expensive, so.
It is far more expensive.
But again, we're not letting the prices affect our review. We got to go easy on this.
This is only the flavor. This could be $1,000. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
We're never gonna have $1,000 alcohol, but it could be.
Bird Dog is substantially darker.
Way darker.
Scent.
Alcoholic, a little light appliness.
They're both distinctly different.
Oh, this is way sweeter.
Which one? The Crown, you think so? And scent?
No, the Bird Dog.
Oh, you got them in different hands than me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here. Is that better?
Yeah. I was like, what?
Like, this has got sort of a molassesy.
I'm gonna say the Bird Dog has a stronger scent and it does smell sweeter. The Crown.
Not quite as in your face. I'm gonna try some of this Bird Dog.
Yeah, let's do it. Again, still sickeningly sweet.
Very sweet, yes.
Just a hint of whiskey, a little paperiness up front, just like we described before.
I don't know about the paperiness though.
I get the paperiness.
Like, no, I mean I get the paperiness. I just don't know how I feel about it.
It's only there for a second, so
it's not pleasant. Like sometimes you get paperiness in whiskey and it's not so bad. This is like, I don't know how I feel about that. Very sweet.
It tastes really good. With
Still
pretzels.
very sweet. It's still very sweet. More alcohol. I think this is more alcohol flavored than this.
This is 5% higher proof.
Yeah,
I think the sugar content is why.
could be.
I think this is definitely sweeter.
That's a tough decision. These are very. These are not super similar.
They're definitely different enough for sure. I think the Bird Dog, like I said, is sweeter. I think that's why you can't get the higher proof in it. The Crown is not quite as sticky sweet, but honestly, I think the Bird Dog has slightly better apple flavor than the Crown does. All right, on 3, we'll raise our glass. Have you decided?
Well, let me get a little bit more of the Bird Dog real quick. Okay, I think I know which one I want more of.
That's all we're trying to figure out.
All right,
3, 2, 1, go. Which one did you pick?
number 2.
Number 2.
Crown.
Me too. I picked Crown. I think the overbearing sweetness of the Bird Dog threw me off a little bit, and it does have that weird pepperiness up front. While I think the Bird Dog has better apple flavor, more apple flavor in it, I think overall the Crown is slightly better.
Honestly, without the papery sort of funk at the beginning, I would have picked Bird Dog. 100%. All of the flavors after that are way better than Crown Apple. The problem is that first flavor, that first taste. It's unfortunate.
Now, time to put...
Especially since Crown Apple costs like $1,000.
Right. Now, time to put Benchmark versus... Benchmark versus Benchmark. Benchmark versus Jack Daniels. Next, we're going to be putting Benchmark versus Jack Daniels. Now, the price difference on these two are substantial.
It is.
Jack Daniels being around 22-ish bucks. Benchmark being under 10 bucks. So it'll be interesting. Is Jack Daniels double better than Benchmark? Is it twice as good?
I'm just. Is it better? I want to know which one is better.
All right, I'll take Jack Daniels for the 2 cup.
35% for me,
You mean Benchmark?
or for Benchmark. I'm potentially 35%.
They're both the same. They're both 35%. You're on big, bro. You need to chill out.
Oh, I'm sorry. This costs $8.
We have to put these against other ones later.
All right, fine.
All right, let's start out with number 1, which was Benchmark. Since we have 3 shots, and since on both of them,
Not so alcoholic.
Benchmark definitely has a stronger apple scent.
Yeah, this is more mellow.
Definitely more mellow.
Jack Daniels is way more mellow.
Taste our Benchmark. Sweet, appley, to be expected apple whiskey. Not picking anything up. There's maybe a very bare scent of a bitterness towards the middle,
Yeah.
but I can barely detect
A
it.
little bit candy-ish.
Yeah.
Like, it's got some molassesiness, some caramel-ish-ness.
On to the Jack Daniels.
You know those apple caramel suckers? Kind of like that. That's what that reminds me of. I think I know which one I'm going to pick. I've got it. And it comes down to there's an aftertaste that I'm not going to tell you about.
Well, if it's the same aftertaste I'm getting, because they both have an aftertaste, and one of them is slightly more bitter than the other one.
A little bit of an uncomfortable aftertaste in one of these.
They're both really good for apple whiskeys, but I think I know what I'm going to go with. All right, 3, 2, You ready? Sorry. 1, 2, 3, go.
That has like an acidic aftertaste to it.
It does. It has some kind of. It has a slight bitter, acidic flavor to it.
I might not have even noticed it if I hadn't.
I'm glad you didn't say which one is which.
Yeah, if I hadn't had it next to each other, I might not have even noticed the acidic aftertaste on that. But it's definitely got like a. I don't know. It's just acidic. It's weird.
Jack
Stop
Daniels.
taking all the good stuff.
Jack Daniels, you did.
I'm sorry, Jack Daniels. Jack. Yeet.
Time for the championship of apple whiskeys.
So we just left the benchmark glass because I poured quite a bit in.
Yeah, we got new glasses for the Crown. So Crown Apple, again, they're both 35% alcohol by volume. So funny.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
It is true. What you're about to say is true. I think I know what you're going to say. Go ahead and say it.
So that's the most expensive one we have.
Correct.
And this is the cheapest one we have.
Yes.
I just now realized that.
We have the cheapest apple flavored whiskey versus the most expensive apple flavored whiskey on the table. So that's fun.
That's not how that should work.
That's apparently exactly how it's going to work. All right, so colors. Benchmark is much darker.
Yep. Yep.
Again, Benchmark, it does have that slight molassesy smell to it. It's appley. Crown, not quite as sweet as Benchmark.
Both of them have just a little bit of an acidic tang to them.
Let's try Crown first, since we just did Benchmark. We'll try Crown first.
Okay.
So. I do like Crown Apple a lot. After doing this all these videos, I do like Crown Apple a lot. It is pretty smooth. It's not as sticky as all the rest of them.
Yep.
I think that's what's been pushing it through the other rounds to me.
It is way easier to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Way easier to drink, and it doesn't linger. The aftertaste doesn't linger nearly as long as a lot of them.
Let's go ahead and try Benchmark. But side by side, though, man,
These are very different.
they are. It's hard to compare these two.
I mean, I'm just ticking off all the things in my head right now. Like this, much more pronounced. Like there's a whole lot more apple in this. There's a whole lot more bourbon. Actually, yeah, bourbon flavor in this. A lot more whiskey character in this than there is in the Crown Apple.
The Crown,
but I'm wondering to myself, is that a good thing?
So the Crown Apple, it's not quite. It doesn't have quite of a whiskey presence to it. You can tell the whiskey's starting to affect us. It doesn't have a strong whiskey presence. I like more bourbon and more whiskey flavored in my apple flavored whiskeys. That's just me personally. But also, I don't like it sticky sweet.
Right.
You know?
This is much sweeter than the Crown.
So it comes down to,
like, if I just wanted apple flavored alcohol, I would buy like Finlandia apple.
Yeah. So when it comes down to which one do I like more, if price wasn't a factor, that's hard.
They are very different. And I think they'll appeal to different people different ways, but I know which one appeals to me more.
It's so hard. I'm having a hard time.
Just think about it this way. If you could have one more alcoholic drink for the rest of your life that's apple flavored.
It would be neither because I don't want that much apple flavored things. But.
All right, that's fair. One more alcoholic beverage for the rest of your life. Period. No more beer, no more scotch, no more nothing. That's all you get to choose between. Maybe an entire bottle. We'll give you an entire bottle.
All right, I'm ready. On 1, 2, 3, go. I was torn on this one.
See,
I picked Benchmark.
This is
and
too.
You picked Crown.
For me, this is too loud. It's very loud flavored. Straight. It's very sweet, very appley. It's still good. I like it. But this is a whole lot smoother. What about you? Why would you pick
I picked
Benchmark?
Benchmark because I like the. It's more appley. It has more bourbon flavor. The
Okay,
Crown,
that's true.
The Crown is good, but it just tastes like an apple, pretty much like an apple liqueur with a hint of whiskey, like barely anything there. The two, it's so close to me. It was so close for me, like it's a hair that I'm willing to give it to Crown in this situation.
I have to give it to Crown because I feel like it would be more diverse.
Even though, yeah, you're not going to switch teams here. You're
No, I can't.
I'm going to go ahead and switch teams. I will go ahead and give it to, even though I picked Benchmark, I'll go ahead and give it to Crown. I think overall, this would appeal to more people than this would. So I think Crown Royal Apple is the winner of our Apple Whiskey Off. But respectfully, this, I think if it would have went against any of the other ones, I still think it would have made it to the final round.
I think that would have killed everything.
And like, let's talk price wise here. I mean, you can't. It's not even fair. Like
$8 and some change. Actually, no, that's $9 and some change.
$8.49.
Versus for the same amount, for if this was this size, $35.
Yeah, so you get 3 or 4 bottles of this for 1 bottle of that. It's ridiculous.
And that's why I have legitimately only bought 1 bottle of Crown Royal. Oh wait, 2, because I bought one for the channel. But
yeah,
for my own personal use, 1 bottle because it's so expensive.
So what to take away from this? Honestly, I think you can't go wrong with any of these. I would avoid, if I had to avoid 2 that we did, I would avoid Seagram's Apple and then Canadian Club Apple.
Yes.
All the rest of them are good. I would put, if I had to pick a 3rd place,
Jim Beam? I think I would pick Jim Beam.
No, I think maybe Jim Beam or Jack, probably.
Jack was pretty good too.
Jim or Jack for 3rd place.
No, Bird Dog wasn't bad, except
Bird Dog
for that it was so sweet.
I think Bird Dog would be a 4th.
So sweet. Yeah, I think the Bird Dog would definitely be a 4th.
But if you'd like to see more videos like this, you can leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm Special K.
I'm Radar.
Thanks for watching.